Hi, in today's video I am going to show you some different things that you can make with a slow stitch kit. And these can be gifts, they can be things for yourself, and there's a lot more of other ideas out there as well that I also do here on my channel. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Marcia and welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much. I'm glad you're joining me today. And if you're wanting to get inspiration, you just want to hang out with a friend, and let that be me. I'm going to show you today what I have done with my slow stitch kits. And these are found in my Etsy shop, Markets of Sunshine. And if you have fabric at home, fabric scraps, then you can make these as well. So one of the items that I offer in my Etsy shop is a vintage style needle book. Now this is just the cover, just as this is just the beginnings. And this was a piece of embroidery that I cut and I put together with a piece of felt, because this is just going to be a very simple needle book. And I probably will put maybe a couple of pockets or something like that to hold maybe the needle threaders. I really like that idea. And then I will use fabric scraps like the ones that I have saved here in this bag, and put them on the front of the cover and maybe inside a little bit, making a pocket. So that's one idea that you can do, is to make a needle book with your slow stitch kit. Another idea that we're doing here on my channel for 2024, and I've already gotten started with the foundation and the preliminaries, was to make a quilt, an actual quilt. And it can be any size quilt that you want to make with a slow stitch kit. And one of the ideas I came up with was to do a sampler quilt, and that means that each block is going to be different. And we're going to use the slow stitch kits in my Etsy shop, starting with the tiny house kit, and the foundation is this hexagon shape. So I decided I wanted my foundation to be not just a square, but something of interest, more than just a background of fabric in the traditional manner. So I came up with the hexagon shape. I've never done a hexagon quilt, and I love this idea, and it has turned out beautiful. And I made two sizes. The first one was too big, but it's actually going to be turned into a pillow. Isn't this beautiful? Gorgeous. I can just see this on my bed right now. I'm so happy and excited with the whole thing. So the tiny house will go right here in the center, and it is in a pink and white theme. But as I go with each month, the colors are going to change according to the kits that I have in my shop. So I have a purple kit, I have an orange kit, I have a green kit, I have a blue kit, and I have an earth tone, neutral beiges, whites kind of a color kit. So I'm going to incorporate more and more colors into the kits as I go and as we progress. So you can also make a quilt. That's another idea for doing what to do with your slow stitch kit. Another idea is to make a little journal out of it. So I also make junk journals here on my channel. And a junk journal is just a word that was given to start making a journal, a notebook, a diary, was just by using spare parts of leftover parts around your house, of paper, cardboard, magazine pages, fabric scraps, whatever. But it was, I think, more started with just paper goods in the beginning, and it's now evolved into using anything, fabrics, laces, and everything. So I made this beautiful journal cover. Isn't this gorgeous? And if you know how to sew and quilt, or any kind of crafting, then one just kind of blends into the next one. So junk journaling blends into the quilting and scrapbooking and card making. They all kind of start blending together. So if you can do one, you can do another, you can learn another one. So I've started off with quilting, then I got into scrapbooking, and then I got into polymer clay, and then I got into card making and junk journaling and altered books and the slow stitch kits. So it's just, like I said, one blends into the other, and they blend very well back and forth. And you just be yourself and utilize the talents you have and put them together. So I did this with just strips of fabric and made a little cluster, put the lace on it, made the signature with art paper, used envelopes and wrapping paper, book pages, and put some pockets in it. And then I punched 2 holes in the cover and in the papers and just used burlap twine to hold it all in place. I put a pocket in the front and a pocket in the back, and then I used the ribbon to tie it and keep it closed. I put that between the cover and the inside pieces, and then I put a little charm on it that says miracle. And Joyful Heart was one of my journal prompts, and if you join my mailing list, my Sunshine Makers Club, that I love to call, it is, you get these journal prompts. I give you journal prompts every now and again. So that was one of the ones, and Joyful Heart I thought was absolutely perfect for what I'm going to use my journals for. And Miracle, because we see miracles happen in our life every day. The sun coming up, plants blooming, babies being born, those are all miracles. And how our body heals is definitely another miracle. So I love making these clusters. Oh, we're going to make one of these very soon. Okay, another way to use your slow stitch kit is to make greeting cards. So I've made these 2, and I took a fabric that I didn't like, that I'd gotten in my mystery box of fabric that I showed you in my last video, and I made different shapes out of, I made a collage on the fabric, and then I cut out different shapes. I did petals to make a flower, and I just used 6 petals and a button and put some trim in the middle of that. And then I cut 2 heart shapes and then a tiny little heart. And then I took one of my journal prompts, and I have fabric sheets, so I printed it out on the fabric sheet, Love Never Fails. That was one from one of our regional conventions a while back. And so this card, I love how this turned out. I'm going to use this as an anniversary card and send it to friends of mine that just celebrated their 44th wedding anniversary. And then this card is going to be used for either a get well or a thanking of you for another friend whenever the occasion arises. And I'm always having occasions. So didn't that turn out beautiful? Look at how simple that was. And I sewed this, first I glued these in place with just a little bit of glue. This is an iron-on, and then to stitch the hearts to the card and then the trim, I just used a zigzag stitch, and I just went in between this trim here. So I stitched and stopped and stitched and stopped and stitched and stopped and stitched and stopped. So that's where you see just the little bit of extra thread there, and I haven't trimmed off the extras yet, which I will do. So I used a pre-made card base that had an envelope already instead of, I could have made it myself with my envelope punch board and all that kind of thing, but I decided not to do that. Okay, and then another idea is to make a soft book. So I have a kit in my Etsy shop to make the cover, and that is the heart kit. So in the heart kit, you get these fabrics, and some may not be identical. I only have a little bit of this left here, so I'm going to have to change this out pretty soon and put a new picture in. But most of these other fabrics are the same. But anyway, in the pink theme. And then I have the soft book kit. So you purchase the soft book kit, and it comes with the felt pages, which is the pink felt, and batting if you choose. I think I do. I've left the kit where it's felt and batting, I'm pretty sure. And I can't remember if I took the flannel option out or if I still have that. I haven't looked at it, but most of the people purchase the felt and batting kit. And then you can use your slow stitch kits and decorate each page. So this book is just perfect for beginners, perfect for anyone at any level, and just to sit and relax and embroider and attach the fabrics in beautiful arrangements. I have a little cluster here as I did a little flip with, and then a little secret spot there, and I am going to make a pocket here, and then I've done embroidery stitches, and this was a snippet roll I made, and practicing my embroidery has just been such a delight. I love all of the stitches, and I try to look up a new stitch and then I'll practice it on a page, and just, add that extra touch. Or you can make it really simple and just do straight running stitches around it, and in whatever thread. And this is a kit in my shop. Isn't that beautiful? It's with laces and some vintage buttons and trim, and the heart shape template. So this is a different heart shape than I have with the other kit. The other kit is more of this size heart shape. So those are just a few ideas of what you can make and what you can do with a slow stitch kit. So I hope that has helped you. And also you can make a snippet roll with the slow stitch kits. So I made a beautiful black and red beige themed snippet roll. I just absolutely love this, and I'm going to be using these in different things. I used one little piece in a framed quilt panel that I have in my shop, and I need to do more. My intention is to do more. And one other thing I wanted to show you real quick before we go is when you have a fabric that you don't like, you're not going to use, and you may choose to give it to somebody or donate it or whatever, but I've come up with another idea, and I've shown you this before with sentiments that we get like in a card making kit, let's just say, for instance. And that is what I did to make this right here. So I took this fabric that I would not be using in any projects, and so what am I going to do with it? I'm going to take fabric and collage over and the areas that I don't want, and then just put fabric there, and then lace on top of that. Just come in with, a lace piece on top of that, and then in the end you wind up with this that you don't even know that originally it was something you didn't like. So the same thing with this fabric. I won't be using that in any projects, but I'm going to keep it and cover it up just like I'm doing with this. And then I can collage and make beautiful other pieces with it. It's the same thing here. This fabric is exactly what this was made from, but you would never know that, would you? No, revealing that is the only way that you would know. So let me show you from my scraps how that works and what I've made. So I made 2 tiny houses. Here's one. Here's another one. Isn't that one cute? I really like the way that turned out. And then the petals. So you're seeing a little bit of that blue right there is coming through. And all the little scrap pieces I kept. I made this giant leaf. Isn't that beautiful? And then several more of the hearts. Again, here's the blue background piece, but I just layered fabrics on top of it. So you can, you know, turn any fabric. It could be an ugly fabric, a pattern you don't like, a theme you don't want, and you turn them into something useful. So, and this is an excellent idea. So let's say you go to the craft store, the fabric store, Joann's or somewhere like that, quilt shop, whatever, and they have, let's say, remnants that are on sale at a really good price, but it's not exactly what you want. It's not what you would use in a project, but it's really a good price. So you still buy it and you take it home and you cover up all the things that you don't like in it with other fabrics, and all the scraps. So as a quilter, scrapbooker, card maker, when we use fabrics and laces, we should have a lot of scraps left over. So save those scraps and make yourself a collage and turn it into a beautiful work of art like you've seen that here on my pages. So you could take and you can make it a beautiful page like this or like this over this, and you would never know. And you can take like an odd piece like this piece, and then just, you know, pieces that are just, you know, odd shaped. It doesn't matter what the shape is, and just cover up all the background of that piece, and then you have a whole new piece to work with. So, I mean, it just is that quick and easy to do. So I hope this helped, and I look forward to seeing you in my project come January, in just another week. So stay safe, keep creating in the sunshine, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.